Hey guys, welcome to your next continent, which is North America. Now, in North America, there's all kinds of different art, but historically, one of the first and most famous types of art was done by the Native Americans, and they created something called totem poles. A totem pole is where you would take a big, tall tree, and they would cut it down, and then they would carve different animals and symbols on it that will represent their lives and their ancestors, and they called these things totems. Okay, these were things that represented important things to them, spiritually, physically, and so. Okay, so we're going to be creating a small totem pole. For this project, you are going to want either a paper towel roll or 2 toilet paper rolls that you can tape together to make one big roll. Okay, so get those. Not everybody may have this, but you should have these if you are a human. Okay, you're also going to want some paper. You could either just use white paper and color it, or you could use colored paper, and then of course things to add your decorations. You could use crayons, markers, paint. It's really up to you. Okay, so before we get started with this, you need to decide what you are going to put on your totem pole. I want you to think about what animals and or symbols are important to you. So, for example, for me, I would put my favorite animal, which is a cat. Cats are known to be fierce, they're known to be kind of silly, a little funny, but also overall pretty brave and courageous animals. Okay, so I like to be really adventurous, which is why I think I'd put a cat at the top of my totem pole. Down below, I'm going to figure out what animals I'm going to put. In total, you probably want about 5 different. You could also include some kind of symbol like an emoji face would be fine. They're not traditional, but maybe it represents you. You could also put maybe a star as one of yours, or a heart, or a peace sign. Okay, think of symbols that represent you that you can put here. So, once you have those symbols in mind, then you're ready to get started. So, when getting started, there's 2 different ways you can do this. You could either directly put your paper around the tube and just draw on here, which I think is really hard. Or you could draw it first on this, which is what I'm going to do because I think it's a lot easier, and then connect this to your totem pole. So let me show you how to do this method, which will be a lot easier for you. So when doing this method, you need to first figure out how big your paper should be, because you don't want to be drawing things that you'll have to cut off. It's a waste of time, a waste of materials. You want to roll it until you get to the edge here. You can take a pen or a pencil and just try to draw a little line showing you where it stops. Okay? So I know this is how much space I have for my totem pole, up until about here. Another thing you want to do is you want to kind of trace the sides, going straight down very lightly. This shows you how much you'll see in the front. So you want the face of the animal to be on the front, but maybe the sides or other parts like wings or just other decorations, okay? Honestly, you don't have to do anything on the sides at all if you don't want to, okay? So I'm going to start with the top animal. I'm just going to do a very simple cat face. I'm going to do a circle with 2 pointy ears, a nose, whiskers, eyes, and a mouth. Okay? I am going to do the top, like neck and shoulders of the cat, and this will help me fade into my next animal. Okay? So you could either draw all your animals first, or you could draw one, color it, draw the next one, color it. It's really up to you. So the next animal I'm gonna do is a panda. A panda because they sleep a lot and I really like to sleep. So under my cat, I'm going to draw the head of my panda. If you have trouble drawing a circle and you want to trace something to create your circle, that's totally fine. Okay? Next, I'm going to draw its little ears. Then I'm going to draw its nose, mouth, and its eyes. Okay, right now it looks a little funny because it's just all white, and pandas, as you know, are black and white. So my next animal, I think I might draw a dog. Dogs are just really resourceful animals and they always get around even when there's trouble. So for my dog, I'm going to draw my head. Notice how I'm about in the middle of my paper already, which is good because I'm going to do about 5 animals total. So I have the eyes of my dog, the nose, the mouth, and the ears. Okay? So I could draw this kind of like they're on top of each other, which adds a little bit of character there. For my next animal, I think I'm going to draw, it's a hard choice, but I think I'm going to go with a giraffe. A giraffe because a lot of people in my family are really tall. So I'm going to do the head of my giraffe, its ears, and then I have to do the little horns at the top. They always have a little bit of hair up there. Its 2 eyes, its nose, and its mouth. Okay? So, I might want to draw a little neck of my giraffe. And on that neck, I would add a spot or 2. Okay? Finally, one final animal. This is a really hard one. It's hard to decide what I'm going to do, but I think I'm going to go with a bunny. Okay? So, for my bunny, I'm going to draw its head, some big ears, and this will actually work perfect because then my giraffe's neck can go right in between those. Then I will draw my nose, whiskers, okay, and its little eyes. So now that I have my animals drawn, now I'm going to color them and then I'll show you how to put your totem pole together. So I have finished my animals, finished coloring them. I made my cat a calico cat. And now I am ready to put them on my pole. So I'm going to start by placing them in the center here and wrapping this around the back. Remember, I had extra paper. So I'm going to take a piece of tape. If you don't have tape, glue works fine as well. And tape it directly to the pole. I'm then going to wrap it as tight as I can. And in the back, put some tape on it. And now I have my own totem pole. So I can't wait to see what animals you make. Here's another really cool thing you can do. I didn't do this because I didn't want to use these animals, but if you use a bird of any kind, you could draw the animal, but then make the bird's wings stick out of the totem pole, which would look really cool. Historically, Native Americans would do that a lot with eagles, as they were very important to their culture. So, I hope that you create your totem pole, and I can't wait to see what it will look like.